Hello students. So today we will be learning about balancing the chemical equation. Okay. So what is balancing chemical equation? That is, in balancing a chemical equation, what we try to have? We try to have equal number of atoms of each element in product and reactant side. Okay. So if we had any reaction, let us consider a common example, that is sodium carbonate. It reacts with HCl to give sodium chloride plus water plus carbon dioxide. Okay, so if you look at this reaction, we can see that this reaction is not balanced. Okay, so this chemical equation is not a balanced chemical equation. Okay, so what we have to look at, we have to look at the number of atoms of each element on the reactant side and on the product side. So what are the elements in this reaction? That is sodium, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, and chlorine. And the same elements are present on the product side. So what we have to try? We have to try that the number of atoms of each element should be same in both the side of the equation. So if we first consider sodium, so how many sodium atoms we have in the reactant side? 2. Okay. And similarly, we have only one sodium atom in the product side. So we have to make the number equal. So how will we equalize it? We'll equalize it by placing here 2. Done. So now we have 2 sodium atoms in both the side. Next, we will try to balance carbon. So how many carbon atoms we have? 1. And how many atoms we have in the product side? 1. So it is already balanced. So carbon is balanced. Now we'll look at oxygen. So we have 3 oxygen here. And similarly, in the product side, we have 3 oxygen. There is 1 here and 2 here. So 1 plus 2, we have 3 oxygen atoms. Now, let us look at hydrogen. So hydrogen we have here 1. And here we have 2 hydrogen. So we'll place 2 over here. Okay. So when we place 2 over here, then now the number of chlorine atoms in the reactant side is 2. And we also have 2 chlorine atoms in the product side. Okay. So now this is a balanced chemical equation. Okay. So you can have a look at it, how we have balanced it. Okay. Again, we are considering 2 more chemical equation. So the first equation is iron is reacting with water to give ferric oxide and hydrogen gas. So if you look at this equation, this particular equation, this is also not balanced. Okay, so we have to balance it first. So how will we balance it? We will look at the number of atoms of each element in reactant side and product side. So first we will look at iron. Okay, so how many numbers of iron atom we have? We have only 1 iron atom in the reactant side, and the number of iron atom in the product side is 2. So we have to equalize it. How will we equalize it? We will place 2 over here. Okay, so now we have 2 atoms of iron in the reactant side and 2 atoms of iron are already present in the product side. Done. Next we look at hydrogen. So how many hydrogen atoms we have? 2 hydrogen atoms we have in the reactant side, and similarly 2 hydrogen atoms are already present in the product side. So this is also balanced. Now we will look at oxygen. So you can clearly see that only 1 oxygen atom is present in the reactant side and 3 oxygen atoms are present in the product side. So we have to balance it. So how will we balance? We will place 3 over here. So as soon as we balance the oxygen, we can see that now the number of hydrogen atom is 6. That is 3 into 2, 6. 3 into 2, 6. So number of hydrogen atoms now in the reactant side is 6. So now we have to make the number of hydrogen atom in the product side also equals to 6. So how will we do it? Simply we will put 3 over here. So now 3 into 2, 6 hydrogen atoms are also present in the product side. Okay. So now for your convenience, we are also considering the other example, that is aluminum chloride is reacting with potassium sulfate to give potassium chloride and aluminum sulfate. Okay, so we will try to balance it. Okay, so first of all, you can pause the video and you can try to balance it of your own. If you can't, then I will be doing it here. You can look at it. Okay, so how many numbers of aluminum atoms we have in the reactant side only 1. Okay, and number of aluminium atoms in the product side we have 2. So how will you balance? Simply we will place 2 over here. Done. Now chlorine, we have 3 into 2, 6 chlorine atoms. 3 into 2, 6 chlorine atoms are present. Okay, in the reactant side, and the number of chlorine atom in the product side is only 1. So the only way of balancing it, we will place 6. Done. So now as soon as we place 6 over here, that is 6 chlorine atoms, if we make this equalize along with the reactant side, then the number of potassium atoms also becomes 6. So now we have to do the similar thing, we have to balance it. How will we balance? So we have to make the number of potassium atom in the reactant side also equal to 6. So this can be done by using 3. We will write 3 before potassium sulfate. Now so 3 into 2, we have 6 potassium atoms. Okay, 3 into 2, 6. So as soon as we put 3 over here, the number of sulfate, okay, so number of sulfate ions, it become 3. Okay, as a whole the sulfate ion, if you consider as a whole sulfate ion, it becomes 3. Okay, so now if sulfate ion is 3 over here, we already have number of sulfate ions in the product side equals to 3. Okay, if you don't want to consider sulfate ion, we can also consider it by using the single element, that is number of sulfur atom is equal to 3 and number of oxygen atom is equal to 3 into 4, 12. Similarly, number of sulfur atom in the product side is equal to 3 and number of oxygen atom in the product side is also equal to 12. So now this equation is completely balanced. Okay, so we can have a look at it. Okay, so this is how we generally balance a chemical equation. Okay, so this is another equation, that is calcium nitride with potassium nitrate gives potassium nitride and calcium nitrate. Okay, so if you have understood the concept of balancing a chemical equation, you can easily do this. So I am giving you this equation as your homework, okay, for this particular video. Okay, so try to complete it and we will discuss it on our live classes. Okay, so this is your homework for balancing a chemical equation. Try to do it by using the similar concept. Okay, so another important part of balancing a chemical equation is writing the physical state. Okay, the physical state of every element, or to be specifically correct, writing the physical state of every compound using the chemical equation. Okay, so what is physical state? Physical state is, we generally know that all matter exists in 3 states. Okay, that is solid, liquid and gas. So we have to mention at which state each of the compound or each of the chemical species which are used in writing the chemical equation is present. Okay, so what we have to do, this is very simple concept, that generally this is hydrogen, and hydrogen plus oxygen, it gives us water. Okay, and you can see I have written L over here. Why I have written L? Because generally water exists in its liquid form. Okay, so by writing this L, I am saying that I am representing that the water which is produced in this reaction, it stays in its liquid form. So the physical state of water in this chemical equation is liquid. Okay, so similarly you have to write the physical state for every compound using this chemical equation. So this is H2, that is hydrogen molecule, and we all know hydrogen molecule exists as hydrogen gas. So we will be writing Z. Okay, similarly for oxygen gas, it is also a gas, so we will write Z. So that is generally liquids are represented by L. Okay, gas by Z, solids by S, and if any of the compound is dissolved in water, okay, so before doing the reaction, if we are dissolving the compound in water and then we are using it, so then we will write the physical state of that particular compound or that particular molecule or that particular chemical species as aqueous. Okay, aqueous. What does aqueous means? That is, the compound is first dissolved in water or dissolved in any chemical solvent, and then it is used in the chemical reaction. So mostly the solvent when we write aqueous is water. Okay, so these are the physical steps that is generally used in writing a chemical equation, that is liquid, gas, solids, or aqueous. Okay, so in this particular reaction, this is calcium carbonate. Okay, and calcium carbonate exists as solid. HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. The hydrochloric acid contains some amount of water in it. So we can also consider that hydrochloric acid is dissolved in water before using in any reaction. So we generally represent it as AQ, that is aqueous. Okay, calcium chloride, again it is a solid. Carbon dioxide, again it is a gas, and H2O is again liquid. Okay, so writing the physical state is nothing but we are representing that at which state each of the chemical species in a chemical equation exist. Okay, so this is a simple concept, that is we are writing each of the chemical species that are physical state that are involved in the reaction. Okay, so this is all for today's class. Okay, so next we will discuss the remaining portion of our chapter in our live classes. Okay, so this is all. Thank you, and try to do the homework, and if you can, try to bring out some chemical equation from your book and try to balance them and also write their physical state. Okay, thank you.